I'm Matt Bouchard with NAREIT'sREIT.com, here at the Wynn Las Vegas for REITWorld 2015, NAREIT's annual convention for all things REIT. Joining me for this CEO Spotlight is Victor Coleman, Chairman, President, and CEO of Hudson Pacific Properties. Victor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Now, earlier this year, the company achieved an investment grade rating across the major agencies. What's the significance of this for the company moving forward?
Well, so we went investment grade to have flexibility for our debt and balance sheet going forward. So we're a very low leverage company. We sort of have a discipline around being low leverage. 30% on average is where it's been. We've never really gone higher than 40. By having an investment grade, we get flexible asset allocation for any level of debt in the private equity markets or the public equity markets.
Now, in August, it was announced that Hudson Pacific and Netflix had closed the deal. What would you say are the advantages for a company like Netflix to working with your company?
So, listen, that was a huge deal for us. We're building a property in Hollywood. It's the first Class A office building that's coming out of the ground in Hollywood on a lot. So we actually have a media entertainment lot with sound stages attached to it. So Netflix is going to have their home offices in Los Angeles and produce content on our facilities at the same time. So all their own content they're going to produce is going to be literally across the street from their office space.
And in a relatively technology-centric business, how hard is it to strategize and sort of keep up with the pace of change?
You know, that's a great question. At the end of the day, you need to be on par, as opposed to saying ahead. I think we're creative. I think we're cutting edge like everybody else is. But the markets we're in, we need to be on par with everybody else who is this next gen. We're in Seattle, we're in San Francisco, we're in LA. I mean, this is the hotbed of where the growth is of the young people and what's happening. I think how we adapt our real estate and how we adapt our positioning of tenants is completely aligned with where technology is today.
And lastly, our viewers like to see sort of the story behind the properties. Is there a notable property that you'd point to in your portfolio, either for its historical significance or what it means to the community, or an interesting story?
So going back to Hollywood, California, which 10 years ago people wouldn't even go to Hollywood, right? And now it's transformed into a live work. You've got commercial, you've got retail, you've got residential. We have an asset there called Sunset Gower, which is an office component with Technicolor as a tenant plus a studio component. But it was the original Columbia Pictures studios. So the history of that, the first talking pictures came out of those studios, where we've seen the evolution. And I think the interesting transformation, not just historically, is really what we've seen from technology through media, through new media. And we're experiencing that in our portfolio.
Great. Victor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
For more from REITWorld 2015, be sure to visit REIT.com.